Good morning, everyone. I am Lila Ruland, and today I have the absolute pleasure of introducing Erin Monroe. When I first found out that I was introducing Erin, I immediately thought back to our freshman year French class with Madame Bowers and how good Erin was at French, so much so that I was convinced that she was fluent. However, there is so much more to her than just being a French pro. Like, she is an amazing cook and one of the funniest people you will meet. In class, I can always count on Erin to crack a funny joke that will leave the entire class laughing. Erin is honestly one of the kindest people you will ever meet, and I am so excited to hear what she's about to say. So, I now give you Erin Christiane Monroe.
I've never been the most enthusiastic speaker. Back in the fourth grade, we had this thing called Poetry Wednesdays, where we dedicate an afternoon to writing, illustrating, and presenting our own poems. One week, when it was my turn, I strode up to the front of the classroom, looked out as my friends and peers, and began to read. The thing is, I don't really freeze when I'm nervous, but rather I just plow through whatever I'm saying, speaking so quickly that hardly anyone can actually comprehend the words coming out of my mouth. Halfway through my poem, I just randomly went off script, deciding that what I'd written was far too embarrassing to share, ending the poem abruptly and scurrying back to my seat, head down, thankful for the relative safety of my desk. Unfortunately for me, though, my days of presenting were far from over. The projects and book reports only continued after fourth grade, and all I could really bring myself to do was to stumble through, thinking of nothing but returning to the safety of my desk, where the attention would no longer be on me. The awkwardness and fear only worsened in middle school and became a significant issue in my dance classes. See, I used to do competition dance, like Dance Moms type stuff, and we'd fairly often have these things called improv circles. They're exactly what they sound like, and they were my worst nightmare. A class of dancers, far more skilled than I, assembled in a massive circle, pushing each other into the center and cheering as they displayed their numerous skills. I had approximately 2 coping strategies in these situations: stand and cry, or grab a friend and spin around like an idiot. In my head, I knew making a big deal out of it really only drew more attention, but it didn't matter. Nothing that I told myself could inspire me to actually participate in those circles. I even hated it when my friends would cheer my name, because rather than making me feel supported, it just reminded me that I was being watched. I never got over my anxiety, and when it came time for me to choose which high school to attend, there was really only one factor which gave me pause: senior speeches. I loved everything about St. Mary's after I toured, which was weird, because before a certain dancer named Charlie LaMountain convinced me to look into it, I was all set to attend St. Agnes. But St. Mary's had a fireplace in the library, the panini press in the lunchroom, and the possibility to actually take AP science classes, something that simply was not offered at my old school. St. Mary's girls could even take art history, and even cooler, the French room was decorated as a tiny Parisian cafe. Truly, the only thing which scared me was the thought that I would someday be forced to give a senior speech. I attribute this not only to my pre-existing anxiety, but also to the fact that the first one I'd ever heard was about a girl who climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. Mount Kilimanjaro! This speech accomplished 2 things. 1, it reminded me just how cool St. Mary's girls are, and 2, it convinced me that nothing I could ever do in 4 years could top that, so what, if anything, would I be able to impress upon my classmates? Really, it boils down to this. I never truly wanted to be up here, and if it weren't for St. Mary's, I doubt that I'd even remotely have the confidence to do it. Even now, I feel awkward and terrified, and yes, I'm still just dying to get back to that pew over there. But because of St. Mary's, I can do it. From the countless mole writings and anatomy posters to a full-fledged HERS presentation, St. Mary's has successfully challenged one of my biggest insecurities, and for that, I am grateful. I still talk fast, stumble, and overall feel incredibly anxious when I have to present, but hey, I'm doing it. I try my hardest to remain light, to laugh it off, or smile at a friend rather than just stew up in my own head and let the fear get the best of me. Aside from helping me over one of my biggest hurdles, St. Mary's has also given me a group of friends who, in all their brilliant kindness and light, I am better for having known. It's given me teachers who I'm ecstatic to see in the line at Starbucks and who put so much dedication and care in that I'm blown away day after day. If nothing else, without St. Mary's, I never would have acquired the truly fantastic nickname of Froggy Mama, and I wouldn't be helping Mr. Sohn beg for ACT tutors on a near daily basis. Speaking of which, if you're interested, stop by his room. St. Mary's has brought me immense joy over the past 4-ish years, and next time you're up at 2 a.m. working on a FRQ packet, WebAssign, or term paper and thinking, oh God, why did I do this to myself? Just take a moment to pause and be grateful for the teachers and friends who will always have your back. Thank you.